Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudite Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. So continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 2, the activities of Maharaj Agnidhra, text number 8 onwards. Bana Vimam Bhagavataha Shatapatra Patro Shantav Pankuruchit Avatitik Mad Anto Kasmai Yunghasi Vane Vicharanna Vidmaha Kshemai no Jada Dhyam Tava Vikramo Astu. Then Agnidhra observed the glancing eyes of Purvachitti and said, "My dear friend, you have two very powerful arrows, namely your glancing eyes. These arrows have feathers like the petals of a lotus flower. Although they have no shafts, they are very beautiful and they have very sharp, piercing points. They appear very peaceful, and it seems that they will not be shot at anyone. You must be loitering in this forest to shoot those arrows at someone, but I cannot understand whom. My intelligence is dull and I cannot combat you. Indeed, no one can equal you in prowess, and therefore I pray that your prowess will be for my good fortune." So completely taken over by lusty desires, Agnidhra is saying so many things to Purvachitti. Agnidhra thus began appreciating Purvachitti's powerful glance upon him. He compared her glancing eyes to very sharp arrows. Although her eyes were as beautiful as lotuses, they were simultaneously like shaftless arrows. And Agnidhra was therefore afraid of them. He hoped that her glances upon him would be favorable because he was already captivated, and the more captivated he became, the more impossible it would be for him to remain without her. Agnidhra therefore prayed to Purvachitti that her glances at him would be auspicious, not futile. In other words, he prayed that she would become his wife. Shishya ime bhagavata parita patanti gayanti samsarhasyam ajasramisham yushmachikha vilulitaha sumano abhivrishtihi sarve bhajanti rishigana eva veda shakha. Seeing the bumblebees following Purvachitti, Maharaj Agnidhra said, "My dear Lord, the bumblebees surrounding your body are like disciples surrounding your worshipable self. They are incessantly chanting the mantras of the Samveda and Upanishads, thus offering prayers to you. Just as great sages resort to the branches of Vedic literature, the bumblebees are enjoying the showers of flowers falling from your hair." And just when somebody is so lusty and so attractive to any woman, he just loses all his intelligence and cannot think of anything except that person. Vacham param charana panja ratitarinam brahmana rupa mukharam shanvam tubhyam labdha kadamba ruchiranka vitanka bimbe yasyamalat paridhi kvachavat valkalampe. "Oh Brahman, I can simply hear the tinkling of your ankle bells." So sometimes he's called Purvachitti Brahman, sometimes he's calling her Bhagwan. Like in the previous verse, he said, "My dear Lord." He's gone crazy. With those bells, titiri birds seems to be chirping among themselves. Although I do not see their forms, I can hear how they are chirping. When I look at your beautiful circular hips, I see that they're lovely color of kadamba flowers, and your waist is encircled by a belt of burning cinders. Indeed, you seem to have forgotten to dress yourself. With lusty desires to see Purvachitti, Agnidhara especially gazed upon the girl's attractive hips and waist. When a man looks upon a woman with such lusty desires, he is captivated by her face, her breast, and her waist. For a woman first attracts a man to fulfill his sexual desires by the beautiful features of her face, by the beautiful slope of her breast, and also by her waist. Purvachitti was dressed in fine yellow silk, and therefore her hips looked like kadamba flowers. Because of her belt, her waist seems to be encircled by burning cinders. She was fully dressed, but Agnidhara had become so lusty that he asked, "Why have you come naked?" Because that's all he was seeing. He was just seeing her flesh, not the clothes. Kim sambhritam ruchir yor dvijshruyoste shruy shringayoste madhya krisho vahasi yatra drishi shrita में बंको अरुणा सुरभिर आत्म विषाण इद्र येनाश्रमम सुभग में सुरभि करोषि. Agnindra then praised Purvachitti's raised breast. He said, "My dear Brahman, your waist is very thin, yet with great difficulty you're carefully carrying two horns to which my eyes have become attracted. What is filling those two beautiful horns? You seem to have spread fragrant red powder upon them, powder that is like the rising morning sun. O most fortunate one, I beg to inquire where you have gotten this fragrant powder that is perfuming my ashram, my place of residence." Agnindra appreciated Purvachitti's raised breasts. After seeing the girl's breasts, he almost became mad. Nevertheless, he could not recognize whether Purvachitti was a boy or a girl, for as a result of his austerity, he saw no distinction between the two. He therefore addressed her with the words Dvija or Brahman. Yet why should a Dvija, a Brahman boy, have horns on his chest? Because the boy's waist was thin, Agnindra thought. He was carrying the horns with great difficulty, and therefore they must be filled with something very valuable. Otherwise, why would he carry them? When a woman's waist is thin and her breasts are full, she looks very attractive. Agnindra, his eyes attracted, contemplated the heavy breasts on the girl's thin body and imagined how her back must sustain them. Agnindra imagined that her raised breasts were two horns she had covered with cloth so that others would not see the valuables within them. Agnindra, however, was very anxious to see them. Therefore, he requested, "Please uncover them so that I can see what you're carrying. Rest assured that I shall not take them away. If you feel an inconvenience in removing the covering, I can help you. I myself can uncover them to see what valuable things these raised horns contain." He was also surprised to see the red dust of perfumed kumkum spread over her breast. Nevertheless, still considering Purvachitti a boy, Agnindra addressed her as Subhak, most fortunate Muni. The boy must have been fortunate, otherwise, how simply by standing there could he perfume Agnindra's entire ashram? So this is a sign of a complete lusty person, lost completely her intelligence, and and he's just contemplating different things in his mind about the different parts of Purvachitti's body. Lokam pradarshya suhritam tavakam me yatratya itham ursav yavav purvo अस्माद विधस्य मन उन्नयनो बिभर्ति भवत भाव अद्भुतम सरासुधादि वक्त्रे. "Oh, best friend, will you kindly show me the place where you reside? I cannot imagine how the residents of that place have gotten such wonderful bodily features as your raised breasts, which agitate the mind and eyes of a person like me. who sees them. Judging by the sweet speech and kind smiles of those residents, I think that their mouths must contain nectar. Still bewildered, Agnidhara wanted to see the place from which the Brahmin boy had come, where the men had such raised breasts, such attractive features he thought must be due to severe austerities performed there. Agnidhara addressed the girl as Suhritama, the best friend, so that she would not refuse to take him there. Not only was Agnidhara captivated by the girl's raised breasts, he was also attracted by her sweet speech. Nectar seemed to emanate from her mouth, and therefore he was increasingly surprised. Kavatma vrittir danad vingvati Vishnu kalasya nimishon makarocha karno Udvignamin yugalam dvijpankishocher asanna bhura asanna bhringa nikaram sar inmukham te. My dear friend, what do you eat to maintain your body? Because you are chewing betel, a pleasant scent is emanating from your mouth. This proves that you always eat the remnants of food offered to Vishnu. Indeed, you must also be an expansion of Lord Vishnu's body. Your face is as beautiful as a pleasing lake. Your jeweled earrings resembled two brilliant sharks with unblinking eyes like those of Vishnu, and your own eyes resemble two restless fish. Simultaneously, therefore, two sharks and two restless fish are swimming in the lake of your face. Besides them, the white rows of your teeth seem like rows of very beautiful swans in the water. And your scattered hair resembles swarms of bumblebees following the beauty of your face. The devotees of Lord Vishnu are also his expansions. They are called Vibhinanja. Lord Vishnu is offered all kinds of sacrificial ingredients, and because devotees always eat prasad, the remnants of his food, the scent of sacrificial ingredients emanates not only from Vishnu but also from the devotees who eat the remnants of his food or the food of his devotees. Agnidhara considered Purvachitti an expansion of Lord Vishnu because of the pleasing scent of her body. Aside from that, because of her jeweled earrings, shaped like sharks because of her scattered hair resembling bumblebees, mad after the scent of her body, and because of the white rows of her teeth, which resembled swans. Agnidhara compared Purvachitti's face to a beautiful lake decorated with lotus flowers, fish, swans, and bumblebees. If we can use the same kind of words and if we can put in same effort to describe Lord Vishnu's beauty, he would be just be able to go back home, back to Godhead. But he is so captivated by this beautiful woman's beauty that he could not think of anything else. Yovaso tvaya kar saroja hataha patango dikshu brahman brahmat ejayate akshini me muktam nate smarasi vakta jatavarutham kashto anilo harati lambat esha nivim. My mind is already restless, and by playing with the ball, moving it all about with your lotus-like palm, you're also agitating my eyes. Your curling black hair is now scattered, but you're not attentive to arranging it. Are you not going to arrange it? Like a man attached to women, the most cunning wind is trying to take off your lower garment. Are you not mindful of it? So girl Purvachitti was playing with the ball in her hand, and the ball seemed like nothing but another lotus flower, captured by her lotus-like palm. Because of her movements, her hair was loose, and the belt holding her cloth was giving away, as if the cunning wind were trying to make her naked. Yet she paid no attention to arranging her hair or fixing her dress. As Agnidhra tried to see the girl's naked beauty, his eyes were very agitated by her movements. Rupam tapodhan tapascharatam tapogdham dehyettattu kena tapsa bhavatopalabdham chartum tapo arhasi maya sahmitramayam kimba prasidati savai bhava bhavano me. O best among those performing austerities, where did you get this wonderful beauty that dismantles the austerities performed by others? Where have you learned this art? What austerity have you undergone to achieve this beauty? My dear friend, I desire that you join me to perform austerity and penance, for it may be that the creator of the universe, Lord Brahma, being pleased with me, has sent you to become my wife. Agnidhra appreciated the wonderful beauty of Purvachitti. Indeed, he was surprised to see such an exceptional beauty which must have been the result of past austerities and penances. He therefore asked the girl whether she had achieved such beauty just to break the penances and austerities of others. He thought that Lord Brahma, the creator of the universe, might have been pleased with him and might therefore have sent her to become his wife. He requested Purvachitti to become his wife so that together they could perform austerities and penances in family life. In other words, a suitable wife helps her husband perform penances and austerities in household life if both of them are on the same elevated platform of spiritual understanding. Without spiritual understanding, husband and wife cannot be equally situated. Lord Brahma, the creator of the universe, is interested in good progeny. Therefore, unless he is pleased, one cannot get a suitable wife. In fact, Lord Brahma is worshipped in marriage ceremonies. In India, even today, wedding invitations are still issued with the picture of Lord Brahma on the face of the card. Well, these days they put picture of Lord Ganeshji so that there are no obstacles in the marriage or the family life afterwards. But Brahmaji is the creator of the universe, and one should actually worship him for good progeny. But anyway, Agnidhra is completely captivated by the beauty of Purvachitti, and now he has already made the proposal to her. Na tvam tyajami daitam dvijadeva dattam yasmin mano drigapi nona vyati lagnam mam charu shringi arhasi netum anuvritam te chittam yataha prati sarantu shivaha sachivyaha. Lord Brahma, who is worshipped by the Brahmins, has very mercifully given you to me, and that is why I have met you. I do not want to give up your company, for my mind and eyes are fixed upon you and cannot be drawn away. A woman with beautiful raised breasts, I am your follower. You may take me wherever you like, and your friends may also follow me. Now, Agnidhra frankly admits his weakness. He was attracted to Purvachitti, and therefore, before she could say, "But I have no business with you," he expressed a desire to be united with her. He was so attracted that he was ready to go anywhere, hell or heaven, in her company. When one is absorbed in lust and the influence of sex, one surrenders to the feet of a woman without reservations. Srila Madhvacharya remarks in this connection that when one engages in joking and talking like a crazy person, one may say anything and everything, but his words will be meaningless. So, according to Srila Madhvacharya says, he's just a crazy man. He doesn't know what he's saying. Shri Shukavacha iti lalananu nayati visharado grame vedagyadhya paribhashya tam vibudvadhum vibud mate radhi sabhajayamas. Shukdev Goswami continued, Maharaj Agnidhara's intelligence was like that of a demigod, knew the art of flattering women to win them to his side. He therefore pleased the celestial girl with his lusty words and gained her favor. Since King Agnidhara was a devotee, he actually had no attraction for material enjoyment. But because he wanted a wife for Prajani and Lord Brahma had sent Purvachitti for this purpose, he expertly pleased her with flattering words. Women are attracted by a man's flattering words. One who's expert in this art of flattery is called Vidagdha. And who is the best of the best flatterers? That is Krishna. That's why Rupa Goswami had written a granth named Vidagdha Madhav. Vidagdha, very, very expert Madhav, Krishna. Sacha tatastasya virayuthapater buddhi shila rupa vaya shriyo daryena parakshipta manastena saha yutayut parivata saropa lakshanam kalam jambu dvipa patina bhoma swarga bhogan bubujhe. Attracted by the intelligence, learning, youth, beauty, behavior, opulence, and magnanimity of Agnidhara, the king of Jambudvip and master of all heroes, Purvachitti lived with him for many thousands of years and luxuriously enjoyed both worldly and heavenly happiness. By the grace of Lord Brahma, King Agnidhara and the heavenly girl Purvachitti found the union quite suitable. Thus they enjoyed worldly and heavenly happiness for many thousands of years. Tasyam uhava atmajan sarajvar Agnidhro nabhi kim purusha harivarshalev varshelavritam ramya Hiranyamaya Kuru Bhadrashva Ketu Mala Sangyanav Putran Ajanayat. In the womb of Purvachitti, Maharaj Agnidhara, the best of kings, begot 9 sons named Nabhi, Kimpurush, Harivarsh, Ilavrit, Ramek, Hiranamay, Kuru, Bhadrashva, and Ketumal. Sasut Sutanna Vanu Vatsaram Grihe Eva Pahaya Purva Chittir Bhuya Evajam Devam Upatasthe. Purvachitti gave birth to these 9 sons, one each year, but after they grew up, she left them at home and again approached Lord Brahma to worship him. There are many instances in which Apsaras, heavenly angels, have descended to this earth by the order of a superior demigod like Lord Brahma or Lord Indra, have followed the demigod's orders by marrying someone and giving birth to children, and have then returned to their celestial homes. For example, after Menka, the celestial woman who had come to delude Vishwamitra Muni, gave birth to the child Shakuntala, she left both the child and her husband and returned to the heavenly planets. Purvachitti did not remain permanently with Maharaj Agnidhara. After cooperating in his household affairs, she left Maharaj Agnidhara and all 9 sons and returned to Brahmaloka to worship him. So this is an anticlimax actually. But people still get so attractive or lusty after seeing beautiful women that they forget what they're supposed to do. Agnidhra sutaste matur anugriha dutpatte kenev sahonan balopetah pitra vivakta atmatulya namani yatha bhagam jambudvipa varshani babuju. Because of drinking the breast milk of their mother, the 9 sons of Agnitra naturally had strong, well-built bodies. The father gave them each a kingdom in a different part of Jambudvip. The kingdoms were named according to the name of the sons. Thus, the sons of Agnitra ruled the kingdoms they received from their father. So 9 sons, so 9 kingdoms in Jambudvip. The Acharyas specifically mentioned that in this verse, the word Matu Anugrihat, by the mercy of their mother, refer to the breast milk of their mother. In India, it's a common belief that if a baby is fed his mother's milk for at least 6 months, his body will be very strong. Besides that, it is mentioned herein that all the sons of Agnitra were endowed with nature of their mother. Bhagavad Gita also declares, Strishu Dushtashu Varshneya Jayate Varnasankar. When women are polluted, Varnasankar, unqualified children are generated. And when the Varnasankar population increases, the entire world becomes hellish. Therefore, according to Manu Samhita, a woman needs a great deal of protection in order to remain pure and chaste, so that her children can be fully engaged for the benefit of human society. So since these boys had drank their mother's breast milk, normally apsaras from heavenly planet, they don't feed their children with their breast milk, but in this case, she did. And all the boys, they were very strong, strongly built. For one, she was the mother. Second, she was from heavenly planets. So definitely much more advanced than human beings. Agnidhro Raj Tripta Kama Nama Sarasam Samevanu Din Madhi Manya Manas Tasya Salokatam Shutibhir Rivarundha Yatra Pitru Madhyante. After Purvachitti's departure, King Agnidhra, his lusty desires, not at all satisfied, always thought of her. Therefore, in accordance with the Vedic injunctions, the king, after his death, was promoted to the same planet as a celestial wife. That planet, which is called Pitriloka, is where the Pitas, the forefathers, live in great delight. So he was thinking of his wife, and somehow here it is mentioned his wife returned to Pitriloka, but previously it was mentioned she returned to Brahmaloka in the service of Brahmaji. So I don't know what the story is. If one always thinks of something, he certainly gets a related body after death. Maharaj Agnidhra was always thinking of Pitriloka, the place where his wife had returned. Therefore, after his death, he achieved that same planet, probably to live with her again. Bhagavad Gita also says, whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, that state he will attain without fail. We can naturally conclude that if we always think of Krishna or become fully Krishna conscious, we can be promoted to planet of Golok Vrindavan, where Krishna eternally lives. So that is a real goal, not to think of some apsara or some heavenly planet. Samparete pitri nava bhratru meru duhitrim meru devim pratirupam ugra danstri latam ramyam shyamam narim bhadram devavitem iti sangya navodvahan. After the departure of their father, the 9 brothers married the 9 daughters of Meru, named Meru Devi, Pratirupa, Ugra Danstri, Lata, Ramya, Shyama, Nari, Bhadra, and Devaviti. So thus ends the 2nd chapter of 5th canto, titled Activities of Maharaj Agnidhra. So tomorrow we'll start the next chapter, and then this was just the foundation basis of what is going to happen next. So now Rishabdev was the expansion of the Supreme Lord himself. he appears. And from Rishabdev will come Bharat Maharaj. And then the story of Bharat Maharaj, Jad Bharat, will go on. Those are the wonderful stories we'll study later on. Okay, so I guess we can stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments. Okay, so we can stop here. You all have a wonderful and safe day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Ram.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you
Jai
very much.
Shri Prabhupada.